Welcome back. Right now, while you're listening to these words, something incredible is happening inside your head. Billions of neurons are communicating, strengthening some connections and weakening others. Your brain is quietly changing itself, deciding which abilities, memories, and habits deserve to become easier in the future. And by the time this video ends, your brain will already be slightly different from the one you started with. But that raises a fascinating question. If your brain is constantly changing it, what exactly is changing it? For years, the internet has had a simple answer: brain rot. It's the phrase people use after spending hours scrolling through endless short videos, opening their phone without knowing why, or realizing they just spent 30 minutes watching completely random content they never planned to see. The funny animal video, a space discovery, someone restoring an ancient object, a person cooking somewhere across the world. One swipe after another. Brain rot has become a joke, but like many jokes, it exists because it reflects something people actually feel. So the real question is brain rot destroying your brain? Or are we misunderstanding what is actually happening? The answer is more surprising than you might think. Your brain is not falling apart. It is adapting, but not necessarily in the way you want. Your brain does not care whether you are learning a new language, practicing an instrument, solving difficult problems, or checking your phone every few seconds. It has no opinion about what is good or bad. It asks only one question: is this important enough to repeat? And the only evidence it receives is your behavior. If you repeat something again and again, your brain assumes it must matter. Why else would you keep doing it? Imagine walking through a forest with no path. The first time, every step is difficult. Branches block your way. The ground is uneven. You have to consciously decide where to move. But if you walk the same route every day, something changes. The plants begin to bend. The ground becomes clearer. A small trail appears. Eventually, that trail becomes a road. Your brain works the same way. Every repeated thought strengthens a connection. Every repeated action builds a pathway. Every habit you repeat makes one road easier to travel than others. That is why habits become automatic, not because your brain is lazy, but because your brain is designed to save energy. Although it represents only around 2% of your body weight, your brain consumes a huge amount of your body's energy. Thinking requires effort. So evolution created a solution. When something happens often enough, automate it. That is why you do not consciously plan every step while walking, or analyze every movement while tying your shoes. Your brain already built those roads. And here is the part that should make us think. The brain is not trying to make you addicted. It is trying to make you efficient. Sometimes addiction is simply efficiency pointed in the wrong direction. Your brain is not fighting against you. It is becoming extremely good at doing what you repeatedly train it to do. Maybe you have experienced this. You sit down intending to read a book. You tell yourself, just 5 pages. But a few minutes later, your hand reaches for your phone almost automatically. It feels like something else made the decision. But what actually happened is that one road in your brain became wider than another. The path toward checking your phone became easier than the path toward focusing. So why is scrolling so powerful? The answer leads us to one of the most misunderstood chemicals in the human brain: dopamine. Many people call dopamine the happiness chemical, but that description is incomplete. Dopamine is not simply about pleasure. It is about motivation, curiosity, and the search for something valuable. It does not tell you, "This is amazing." It tells you, "Maybe the next thing will be." Imagine a row of identical boxes. You know one of them contains something incredible, but you do not know which one. You open the first, nothing. The second, still nothing. But instead of giving up, you become more curious because the next box could be the one. That uncertainty is powerful, and every swipe on your phone works in a similar way. Most videos are ordinary. Some are interesting. A few are extremely rewarding. But your brain does not know which one is coming. Every swipe is a prediction. Every new video is a possibility. And when something is more interesting than expected, your brain remembers that behavior. This is called prediction error. Your brain is constantly predicting what will happen next. When reality is exactly what you expected, nothing changes. But when something surprises you, your brain pays attention. It asks, "What led me here?" Then it remembers the path. This ability helped humans survive. Thousands of years ago, noticing unexpected information could mean finding food, avoiding danger, or discovering something valuable. The internet did not create this system. It simply learned how to use it. Algorithms, recommendations, and endless feeds all work around one principle. Do not let the brain know exactly what comes next, because curiosity disappears when everything becomes predictable. Your phone is not creating curiosity. It is using one of the oldest systems inside your brain. And that is why blaming technology alone misses the bigger picture. The same curiosity that makes you scroll also made humans explore oceans, discover science, create art, and build civilizations. The problem is not curiosity. The problem is that curiosity has never been this easy to satisfy. For most of human history, discovering something new required effort. You had to travel, search, experiment, learn. Today, millions of new experiences are delivered instantly to your hand. Novelty no longer waits for you. It comes looking for you. And your brain does not always know the difference between useful information and simple stimulation. A scientific discovery and a random entertaining clip can both send the same message. This is new. Pay attention. Maybe that is why people feel like their attention is getting weaker. Not because the brain is dying, but because it is becoming better at following the paths it uses most. The good news is that the story does not end there. The same ability that allows your brain to build unhealthy habits also allows it to change them. This ability is called neuroplasticity. Your brain is not made of concrete. It is alive. The roads created by repetition can become weaker when they are ignored, while new roads can become stronger when you practice something different. Think about learning to drive. At first, everything requires concentration. The mirrors, the pedals, the traffic, every decision feels difficult. But after enough practice, driving becomes automatic. Your brain built a road. Focus works the same way. So does distraction. The difference is simply which road you continue to strengthen. Every time you resist the urge to check your phone, even for a few minutes, you are giving your brain new information. You are teaching it. This matters too. The first steps will feel difficult. New roads always do. But repetition changes everything. A habit begins as a choice. Then it becomes a pattern, and eventually it becomes the easiest path your brain knows. That is why your future brain is being built by your present habits, not by what you say you want, not by what you plan to do, but by what you repeatedly do. Your neurons are constantly asking one question: what should we become better at? And they do not answer by listening to your intentions. They answer by watching your actions. So maybe the real meaning of brain rot is not that your brain is disappearing. Maybe it is that your brain is becoming incredibly good at whatever you repeatedly give it. And that idea is actually hopeful, because the same brain that learned distraction can learn focus. The same mind that built one habit can build another. Your brain is not your enemy. It is your greatest student. It learns from everything you do, whether you meant to teach it or not. So the next time your thumb reaches for your phone automatically, pause for a moment. Not because technology is evil, not because curiosity is bad, but because that tiny moment is a chance to choose which road your brain will make stronger today. Because every habit begins as a choice, but if you repeat it long enough, one day it becomes the thing choosing for you. So ask yourself, am I choosing this habit, or is this habit choosing me? If you enjoyed this video and want more science-based stories about the hidden mechanisms behind your brain and your behavior, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.